Shalom, bro. Look, we ain't gonna waste no time. We about to get straight into it. All right, so I just seen a video from Steve Harvey, right? And of course, this nigga was pedestalizing women. But it gets worse, right? This nigga had the nerve to say, matter of fact, before we even get to that, let me lay down the foundation of what his statement stood upon. The nigga said, us as men, I dropped my earphones? I did. The nigga said, us as men, we gotta do better, right? I guess we're supposed to put women above ourselves. We're supposed to put women above the Most High. We're supposed to put women above our children. You know, women are the gods of the earth, blah, 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 right? But then the nigga proceeds to say that women produce children. My earphones up, man. Women produce children, and there's nothing that we could possibly do on this planet that could amount to that. Nothing. Which it don't matter what you do as a man. Nothing supersedes the fact that a woman can produce a child, right? So this is what I want to say. I dropped my earphones, bro. I think that's it right there. So this is what I want to say. This is my response. Because I just get, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I get tired of men acting like the fact that a woman can incubate a baby and create a child is just so great that it makes them better than us. Like, we have now become inferior to women because they can create a baby, right? And we're gonna really break that down, but let me get to the statement he made. I don't want to forget. I want to come back to that. All right, so boom, like I said, he said women produce children. There's nothing that a man can do that could ever amount to that. So the first thing I want to say to that is this: it takes two. Like, we're not going to act like a woman can impregnate herself. A woman cannot impregnate herself. Okay, she needs the man's sperm. That's number one. Number two, who teaches this child, bro? Like, seriously, who teaches this child? Because you can't leave it up to a woman to teach this child, bro. Like, seriously. And if you need an example of that, I mean, just look at the black community today. Women are telling their young daughters and young men that, you know, it's okay to be homosexual, to go against God's nature. Nothing is wrong with that, right? Love who you want to love. Bro, I see it with my physical eyes almost every day. These young boys and some of these young women, but that tends to happen when they get like become a teenager in their adolescent days. But these young boys run over top of these women. These women cannot control these young boys. Which brings me to my next point. Who disciplines the child? See, you women, y'all treat y'all children like they're y'all friends. And that's why they don't respect y'all. You feel me? It's a child. They think like a child. So playing with them too much is going to create a situation to where they going to take it overboard, or they going to feel comfortable doing and saying something, and you might not be playing at the moment, right? Or it might be a serious situation, but in their minds, they think y'all friends. Like, this isn't mommy. Like, they don't look at you as a sign of authority. They look at you like a friend. So they're going to treat you as such. And this is where the man comes in. This is where the masculinity comes in. This is where the testosterone comes in. Even if a woman is masculine, she cannot dictate that child the way a man can. So who disciplines the child? The man. Okay? Who provides for these children? Yeah, a woman can do it. You feel me? But that's a man's purpose. A man's purpose is to provide for his family. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't gonna say all of what I just mentioned supersedes or takes the place of, you know, a woman creating a child. But to say nothing we do can amount to that? Like, okay, now let's go back to what I wanted to say. I want to give you a quick analogy, right? Because they try to make it seem like women are above us because they can carry a baby for 9 months. right? And this is the way I look at it. I always use this analogy with women. I liken that 9 months of pregnancy to doing hard work. It's hard labor. See, the man can create a child without carrying the baby for 9 months. Like, when God created human beings, he didn't have to impregnate another female god. He didn't have to impregnate a goddess. He just used his powers, which none of us can explain how he got it or how he used it or whatever. We just know he has it. He didn't have to carry Adam and Eve for 9 months. He just created them. And the man possessed the same ability. The woman is the one doing the hard work. So let's get to the analogy. That's just a point I wanted to make to segue into this analogy. Say you got a company, right? You have a company and, there's a chain of command. Let's just deal with the supervisor and the owner of the company. The owner of the company, let's say, is McDonald's. This owner of McDonald's doesn't have to flip burgers. This nigga don't have to sweep a floor. He doesn't have to be a janitor. He doesn't have to wipe down the machinery. He doesn't have to cashier. He doesn't have to cashier. You feel me? He doesn't have to do any of that. But guess what? He still gets paid. It's still his company. He's still going to be successful at the end of the day. But yet the supervisor or the employee, which the supervisor is an employee, has to. But why doesn't the owner of McDonald's have to do this work? Because he's the boss. So you telling me that the employee, just because the employee flips burgers, cashier, cleans the bathroom, wipe down the tables, you know what I mean, does all this hard labor, that he's above the owner of the company? No. You're just the one that was put in position to do the hard labor, and he's the owner. So it's the same way. Just because the woman carries a baby for 9 months doesn't put her above the man. I mean, I would think that would make the man more superior, because he can create a child without doing the hard labor, which is carrying a baby for 9 months. It's still his child. It ain't more of the woman's child because she carried her. See, and that's where y'all need to understand terminology. Okay? There's a difference between begot and there's a difference between begot and delivering, if you will. See, delivering a baby is okay. You carry your baby from the man ejaculates in you, right? You have the egg, creates the baby, you incubate the baby for 9 months, then you push the baby out, boom. Begot is producing. Okay, the man produced the baby. The baby is, how could I say this? Is the finished product of that man's sperm. You understand? Like, if you take some pancake mix it with water, you feel me? You mix it around, you feel me, till it get not too thick, but get thick enough to where as though you can create a pancake. You feel me? And then you pour that in the pan and you make a pancake. That pancake is a finished product of the batter, the pancake mix, whatever it is, that flour, I guess. Same thing with a baby. A child is the end product of a sperm cell, not an egg. It's the sperm. The baby comes from the sperm. The egg helps create the child. Okay, your womb incubates it. So like y'all need to understand biology first. Y'all need to understand science first, bro. Before you just automatically make a woman superior to a man because she can carry a baby for 9 months. Most High don't make mistakes. He could have easily created the man to be the one that carried the baby for 9 months. But the man is in the likeness of him. You understand? You guys, see, y'all don't understand order and how things work. Y'all don't get it. Feel me? The Most High run, yo, who y'all ignorantly call God control everything. And he's not physically here, bro. Nobody has ever physically seen the Most High. You feel me? Unless we're talking about like Moses or something. But other than that, nobody has physically seen the Most High. But yet he controls everything. He doesn't have to be here. That's power, bro. That's real power. That's leadership. The man can create a child without carrying it for 9 months. That's power, bro. That's leadership. What are you talking about? See, nobody look at it from that perspective. Nobody look at it from that perspective, though. Why? Because it's all about pedestalizing a woman. Shalom.